Tech Talk shows will be a series of short talks with industry leaders and experts from all around the world. Today we have Dietmar. He's a keynote speaker at Austria's Tech Fair. And a worldwide renowned keynote speaker on change, transformation, disruption, and the future. Thank you for being here, Dietmar.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Munich.
First, I would love to ask you a hard question for most, but an easy one for you.
Good. I love easy and hard. Very good mixture.
Why do people fail?
People fail because you're not born knowing everything. The world is changing and you need to learn how to adapt to this new world, and you have to learn new skills all the time. I actually am here in a room and I'm standing. And a couple of years ago when I was a baby, I couldn't stand. I could just only lie on the ground. And then I learned how to stand, and learning how to stand, I fell down all the time. I failed constantly, right? And the thing is, from those failures, I learned how to actually do it, and I improved, and now I can stand. And I can not only stand, I can even walk, and I can walk backwards and forwards. And we all failed doing that in the beginning. We failed. We couldn't ride a bike. We couldn't drive a car. We had constant failure in our lives. So failure is never the problem. The problem is if you give up and if you lose your vision. If you stop doing what you want to do and stop believing in yourself and stop to try to achieve this goal, that is the failure, and that failure is in you. The other failure, just like falling down, messing up a project and stuff like that, that is outside of you. So my tip is be happy when you fail, because that means that you know that something didn't work, and continue with what you want to do. Stay true to your vision. Failure is good. And there's another thing that I want to say, because talking about walking and stuff like that, I go jogging. We're in lockdown, so the only thing I can do is jog. And when you jog in a city, you will sometimes step in shit. That's what happens, right? So the world outside is not clean. I don't step in shit in my living room because that's clean. But if I go to new places and if I go there fast and I run, I will step in shit. This is normal. But my tip, if you step in shit, don't rub it in. Don't stop and say, oh my God, look, I have shit on my shoe and now on my arm and in my face, you know. Accept that you stepped in shit and keep going. Do not stop running, or do not stop walking, or do not stop leaving your apartment just because you stepped in shit once or twice in your life.
That's perfect. Thank you very much for that. It was really insightful. You are also a keynote speaker on the latest tech trends, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to know how do you approach this? How do you go to companies, tech companies, and what do you do with the latest tech trends?
Oh, in order to find out about the latest trends, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at any trend curve, you know that there's like certain institutions that develop the trend before the trend gets mainstream. And this is developed normally in the fringes of the markets. Or if it's in your house, when you build something, like, I don't know, if you live in a house and you build like, I don't know, whatever, you normally build it in the basement. You know, you don't build it in your living room. So you go to a safe, secure place that if something explodes and the people come in and say, hey, what happened? You failed. You can say, oh, nothing happened. You know, you can open the window, get in fresh air, because you will fail. So the thing is that innovation starts in the fringes, in the basement, and in crazy rooms, not in the mainstream, not in your lobby. And that's where I go. I simply go to the fringes. I go to the crazy rooms, and I look around and see what is happening here. And when I find something, I don't say this will not work. Even if I think it will not work, I try to put myself in the mindset, why do those people think it will work? What is the thing that works? Because you can only learn, in my point of view, from the constructive, positive things. There's a lot of people that saw the Oscars, for instance, recently, and they said, well, this was the shittiest Oscars ever, and there's nothing really good. This is not constructive. And if you look at the world in this way, you will never learn and you will never improve. So even if it's a shitty Oscar, and even if there's nothing good, try to find out what was the good thing in this Oscar ceremony. What was the good thing? Why did the people think that this particular film should win? Find out the positive things and use them for you. And if you cannot do this and you only see shit, then you ask yourself, what do I have to do to actually completely reverse this and turn the shit into something positive? So always try to look at what is in the stuff that you see, even if you don't like it, that can help you benefit and can help you be a better startup, a better technician, a better person in life.
Perfect.
So go to the fringes.
Yeah. Go to the fringes.
Go to the fringes, find the basement, and see what is in there for you.
Perfect. Thank you. Last question, and the one that I'm hoping for this is, you have a model that you shared is simple wins, complex loses, right?
Yeah.
I would love for you to elaborate on that. I think it could be good for the companies or people that are struggling, like trying to build complex things and, overthink things. Can you elaborate on this?
Oh, yeah, sure. In general, if we look at progress, we tend to think that the reason progress exists is in order to improve quality. And there's a certain aspect, it does improve quality. But the biggest driver for progress, for innovation, for change in general is laziness. If we don't have to do certain things and the machine does it for us, that is awesome. Of course, I like to drink water and I just got myself some water, but if a robot could bring it to me, even better. So laziness is a main driver. The Stone Age, as the saying goes, did not end from the lack of stones. The Stone Age ended because somebody said no to stone and invented iron or bronze or whatever, metal. And this was better. It was sharper, but it also lasted longer. So they didn't have to do new access all the time. So the actual driver is laziness. If you look at music, we used to have, at least if you're as old as I am, I used to have a fantastic home music set with elaborated amplifiers and fantastic loudspeakers and stuff like that, and vinyl record players. And the quality was unbelievably awesome. How do I listen to music now? On my phone. And the quality is not as good, but it's easier. So again, the laziness is a major, major bonus. Vinyl is definitely better, but MP3 is easier. Mm-hmm. Even in lockdown, which is really interesting, even if you work out, so if you go to a place in order to sweat and get physically completely drained, it's easier if the gym is close to you. So if the gym is just across the street, or if the bike is just in your living room, you are way more likely to do it than if it's like 5 kilometers away, which again is insane. So even in working out, laziness wins. So if this is the case, and this I think is a truth for a lot of things, not for everything, but for a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So what you have to think is complexity will not go away. Laziness will not, complexity or work will not go away. Somebody has to bring this water. But if it's not the customer, if it's you, if you have more work, then it's better for the customer. So the idea is to figure out what can you do in order to have the customer do less. And you probably have to do more. You are lazy yourself. You don't want to do it. So you have to figure out who can do it for me. And the answer is probably machines, robots, artificial intelligence, machine learning, technology, stuff like that. But somebody will have to do it. Yeah. The trick in general is find out what needs to be done to get a job done, and delegate as much work as possible to people that are not the paying customer. The paying customer has to have it as easy as possible, and that will probably win. If you have to for some reason work, it might attract a niche market of people that are enthusiasts or fanatics, but not a broad mass. The broad mass definitely loves laziness.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, everyone, this was like a flash talk because on next Thursday, Dietmar will be the keynote speaker at Tech Jobs Fair Austria. And I hope to see you all there. You can register free. And I will be there. Dietmar will be there. We hope to see you there. Okay? Thank you, Dietmar.
Thank you. See you next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.